Hello, beautiful soul. Welcome back to the Lotus Gathering, where we reconnect with our hearts and honor our gifts and gently step into our fullest expression and abundance. So today we're going to be doing a reading that is inspired by the energy of Aphrodite, and we're going to be looking at how you can draw in abundance. So use your intuition to choose one of these three piles. Find your timestamp in the description box, and I'll see you in your reading. Hello, Pile 1. Welcome to your reading. So I'm already tapping into some incredible energy for you guys. First of all, we have this card, Come to Me, attracting like a rose, receive abundance desires. Are you freaking kidding? Like, you couldn't be more on point for what the theme of this reading is. So this is a huge confirmation that you are already you're already drawing in the abundance and riches and money and well-being that you are manifesting right now. Like, it is absolutely on the way. We have imagery here of gold jewelry, of hummingbirds, which are very busy birds. They're also birds that are attracted to sweetness, that eat sugar and things like that. So there's like a really sweet feminine energy. And we also have a bee in this picture as well. So there's definitely the energy of busy bee, busy bird. You are busy manifesting your desires as we speak. The throat chakra is also very lit up here. So you're having like a throat chakra clearing, or you recently have had one. So you are just like communicating to the divine as well as to your physical world and the people in your physical world what it is that you want, what it is that you desire. And you might not be communicating outwardly to the people around you, but your intention is clear enough that it's coming through energetically in your self-expression and in how you are engaging with the world energetically. You really are this incredibly empowered being. That's what I'm really getting. If you don't feel that way, that is absolutely the energy that you're stepping into, and that you're on the path to breaking into. But I really feel like this group already is in that energy of feeling very aligned, and that this reading might just be a confirmation for you about the path that you're on. Because I do also see, be led by the path before you. So you already are on the path, okay? And you know that you are already on the path. You're being given signs by the divine. This reading could be one of those signs. And like there's these petals that she's leaving so you can see in this picture here. So you're being actually given signs by the universe, and you have been reading them correctly. And so you just need to follow one step ahead. Keep following the signs. Keep moving forward, and everything will come to you literally, okay? So you don't need to force anything. That's another thing about this feminine energy, but also this busy bee energy. You're not working overly hard to strive to make things happen. You're just doing what naturally comes to you. You're doing what feels natural to your creativity, to your energetics, and you're allowing that to lead you. And that's been working so far, or at least you know, because you're feeling more aligned, right? So you're feeling, it's like energy. You're just feeling better. You're feeling more joyous. You're feeling more in the flow. Look at this dream traveler. I have to just interrupt myself because I said in the flow. And this card literally has rivers. It's a creek or a river that is like pooling in these different spots, and it's flowing quickly downstream. So you're in the flow. And I also am really being reminded of the chakra system here. Again, I mentioned the throat chakra, but your chakras are aligned, okay? So energy is flowing through you. And as well, that means that you are flowing through your life. Like you are flowing like energy with the world, and everything is in harmony. Dream Traveler also is showing that you have been working with your dreams or with your subconscious or even unconscious. So you might have been like listening to subliminals, or doing a lot of subconscious work, like deep healing work, using sound healing to shift your mindset, to shift your nervous system. And all of that has literally fully energetically changed you so that you are like you're at a different frequency where you're actually able to draw in, like I said, to match the energy of the things that you want and of the wealth that you want. This is a big deal because to be on the same frequency as abundance and wealth, you have to feel that all the way through your body. You have to believe it at like a cellular level. And the dream traveler is like, this card is suggesting that you have been literally working, like your higher self, as well as your spirit guides, have been helping you offline in a sense while you're sleeping to align to this higher frequency. It's really important, I'm getting, that it's really important to your destiny, to your legacy that you're making in this world, but also to maybe even your lineage and to the people around you in your life, that you change in this way, that you change your energy in this way, and that you get to a point where you can draw in this wealth, that it comes so naturally to you. Because if you can be in that energy, you can then lead others. Okay, so that's what I'm getting. We'll say a little more about these cards, obviously, if it comes up. But I'm going to draw some tarot now. And I'm sorry if it's loud when I'm shuffling. I'm going to leave these on an angle so that I can see them as I'm reading for you. Hopefully you can still see those. Okay, so we're going to be looking right now at the current flow of abundance in your life. For pile number 1, let's get the current flow of abundance in their life. How is abundance already present for them? Pile number 1s. How is abundance already present for them? Whoa. Whoa, okay. So Ace of Wands and the Eight of Cups reversed. So I'm getting that it's, actually the Ace of Wands also came out reversed. So I'm going to just like allow that to make sense because I automatically flipped it upright and I'm not really sure why I did that. We'll see in a second. But what I'm already getting for this with the current flow of abundance right now is that it is around your creativity, also around your ideas. So I'm really getting the energy of someone who has a lot of ideas, but you're trying to find a place for them. You're trying to find the best expression of them, or you're not entirely sure that your ideas are actually going to be leading you to your heart's fulfillment. With the Eight of Cups here, I'm being drawn to the moon watching you. So I feel like you are almost like observing yourself, and you can be a little bit critical actually, or a little bit despondent when you gaze upon the journey, when you think, well, I have all these ideas, or I've done these things, I've made these actions, but is it really satisfying me? Is it really leading me to my heart's desire, or to my fulfillment of my dreams, fulfillment of my manifestations? And I think that you've been feeling kind of like overwhelmed at times as well by this path. Yeah, you're definitely looking for the best plan forward. That's what I'm getting. There's something about moving on, moving towards, moving away. So your current flow of energy is literally, I think it's somewhere else. I don't know why I'm getting that, but it's like you need to move, or you need to continue going along the path. That's what this be led by the path before you says in this movement of water. It's downstream. See, this person's walking downstream. So this could be metaphorically, but it could also be literally. You may have to literally move physical places, but I'm more getting that this is emotional and energetic. So it's also just time. So we're moving from the Ace to the Two of Wands through this journey. So we're going from an idea to a plan. And the journey here is your emotional journey away from despondency towards discovery. Okay, so when you're already kind of this like magician, I'm getting, even though we haven't seen the magician card, but you have this like incredible aligned energy, and you just need to allow it to guide you. That's the main thing. So the 8 of Cups is usually actually about that. It's about trusting your intuition, or trusting that feeling that you have that it's time to move on, or it's time to keep going, or following your instincts towards what is correct for you. That is actually how you are currently manifesting your abundance. And I would say that what is abundant in your life at the moment is not necessarily finances, although it could be, but I'm really getting what's really abundant is ideas and plans and visions and inspirations and longing. You definitely have an abundance of longing. You have an abundance of yearning. You yearn for something. You yearn to make something more of yourself, to be inspired to grow and to become, I'm really getting to become more of yourself, to see what is next. So I want to look now at the blocks to your prosperity. So what kinds of beliefs and fears and habits are keeping abundance blocked from you or keeping it from coming? So let's take a look at the blocks that you're dealing with right now. For pile number 1, what are the blocks that they're dealing with in terms of their abundance? Okay, Page of Swords. Interesting. And we have the 8 of Pentacles, bottom of the deck. Your mind is very active. Your mind is also very flighty. Your mind is also easily distracted and easily influenced. Now, I know that all sounds quite harsh, so please bear with me. I'm not insulting you at all. This is a beautiful trait, actually. You have a youthful and open mind, and that means that you have flexibility in your plans, flexibility in what you can believe and what you can, how you can change your mind. So this is a really beautiful quality. Like, some people's minds are very static or like very rooted in tradition, or like and by their minds, I mean like their patterns of thought, or like the way that their mind works, the way that their thoughts flow. So you guys might have like an air sign Mercury, or maybe even you could potentially have a fire sign Mercury, but I'm getting like air sign, or maybe you have an air sign rising, something where your way of being in the world is mercurial. It's changeable, it's light-footed, it's mutable, it's open to new beginnings, open to new things. And that means that you have the ability to shift and change, whereas other people might not necessarily have as much ease shifting their mindset, for example. So it's actually an empowering trait. It's just that right now in this reading, it's coming through as a block to prosperity. So I think that you are not entirely ready. That's the other thing. Being the Page of Swords, this is like, you don't think that you're mentally ready for the new, for what's to come, for what is ahead. So it's almost like, you know what I'm getting? It's like you guys think that you're not prepared, or that you haven't practiced enough. Isn't that interesting? It's like you haven't perfected your craft. That's what it is. That's what but it's all in your mind, because the truth is, well, I guess we'll find out, but what I'm really getting is that is irrelevant. That's irrelevant, okay? The main message already is that abundance comes to you because of your energy, because of your alignment, your energetic alignment, not how you can perfect your craft physically, or how to prove yourself as being a master at something. That's not how you bring your abundance to you. I don't even care what I'm getting is like, I don't even care if you are or you are not a master. It actually doesn't matter for this reading, okay? And for your life right now. I think that this is something that's like been a weak spot for you, like it's been a blind spot. But you can change this energy. Like I've already said that you have clear pathways of energy moving through you that then guide you forward. You have the ability to turn this Page of Swords into a strength rather than a block, right? You use your mind, you use the capacity of your particular mental capacities for open-mindedness, for new beginners, like that beginner mind. Use that to say, okay, I'll start thinking in a different way. Okay, I don't need to like hold on to this like old way of thinking that makes me think that I need to be perfect moving forward, or have it all like crafted perfectly or figured out, or that I have to prove my worth somehow through like labor and time and like whatever. No, just change your mind. That's what's so interesting about this, is like you actually have the capacity to just change your mind about that and just not care about that because it's not relevant, like I said. So what is your magnetizing action? Okay, so like what practical or inspired step will draw more wealth and opportunity to you right now? That's what I want to look at now. So like what kind of thing, what actual action can you take right now that will draw in that abundance and that wealth for you? I need a magnetizing action. Oh my God, interesting. Fascinating. Okay. Sorry, I'm like getting out of breath because I'm like so excited by this reading. Oh my God, holy moly. Okay, get ready. Are you ready? Hopefully this resonates. So we have the Six of Swords and the Tower, and then what we have on the bottom of the deck is the freaking Chariot. It was in reverse, but whatever. And the Wheel of Fortune, and the Star, and the Sun. Oh, are you kidding me? And the Moon. Okay. So what I'm honestly getting with this, I mean, okay. First off, this could totally be actually you moving. So like I said earlier, I didn't mention that, and I didn't think it was going to be literal. But for some of you, I think honestly, moving might be the literal next move that you could make. That will draw in more wealth and opportunity for you. So that's interesting. Check out your astrocartography and see if where you're living now is actually kind of an energetic match for your abundance to come in. And it's really complicated, so maybe like you could find an astrologer to help you with that, or just do like a deep dive and read a little more about this. But you want to look at kind of like the areas of your chart where, or the energies in your astrology that are related to wealth for you. So that's your second house and your 10th house, especially if it comes to like work and career, and also your 8th house as well. So 2nd, 8th, and 10th are important for you. And whatever energies you can find in those houses will be significant. But also, you want to be looking at energies like like Jupiter and Venus and things like that, because those energies draw in abundance, and they're about expansion and they're about riches and abundance. So when you're looking at your astrocartography, you want to be looking towards those planets. But you can figure that out on a quick search. I'm not going to get into it anymore, okay? That was a very much an aside for you guys. But I do want to say that there is an energy here of moving, okay? The Chariot is like literally getting in a car and going somewhere. Wheel of Fortune, like wheels on a gravel road, okay? So that's going to be a big shift for you. It's going to literally, I think the action that you can take that is magnetizing is shattering. That's a really strong word. But it is like this. It's like shattering the old, okay? Shattering it, just saying fuck it and like leaving that behind. So now that we have the literal definition out of the way, I do want to speak to those people who don't want to move, or who like don't know how that would work, and like they have nowhere to go or something. Then this is very much about a mental shift, about not like literally moving from one state of mind to another state of mind to the degree that it fundamentally shifts your whole way of being in the world, and your whole present day reality. So the Chariot is like, it's about moving, it's about leaving, it's about inspired action, right? I mean, this is interesting. This is literally what this part of the reading is about. But reversed like that, I'm not taking this card as reversed, but because it came out that way, I am thinking about it as like an internal moving. So it's like you pick up your stuff, you pick up your shit and you move. I don't know why I'm really getting that. You have to move away from things that have been causing you anxiety and strain and chaos. That's what I'm really getting. It's like you don't have to stay in environments that cause you chaos or that cause you harm or that don't believe in you or that are anxiety inducing. You don't have to stay in those places. You can leave. So the Tower card is not reversed. If it was reversed, I would say it's like you would create this Tower moment. The thing is like the Tower is about kind of like a passive experience of an external event coming in to change your life. So again, because you're so aligned and you're flowing like water, energetically speaking, through your life, I am getting the point that here again, these people are on water, right? They're like literally taking a boat from somewhere to somewhere else. And I am thinking that you are the boat. You're actually, yes, you can be the oarsman. Yes, you can be the passenger. You can be all of these aspects of the boat. But the main thing is that you're not the water. The water is what drives you. And the Tower card is the water. So there is an event that is happening. There is maybe a series of events that happen that shift your world to the point where your job is just to float downstream. Okay? So the Chariot comes because it's inevitable. It's an inevitable force, an inevitable turning of events. I know that that's the Wheel of Fortune as well, but the Chariot I'm really getting is like the chariot of the moon or the chariot of the sun. A planetary force happens. This could be, like I was saying with astrology before, it could have to do with you moving based on astrology, but it could also be that an astrological event literally happens that like shakes up your energy or your world in a sense and like actually makes it possible for you to move or forces you to move or something shifts energetically, okay? So like I said, your magnetizing action is not to do the crazy thing of blowing up your life at all. Your magnetizing action is to be like the boat, not the river, right? You flow downstream. You flow to where there is less friction. So if something does come into your world or something shifts in your world where things start changing, flow with that, go with that. That is the magnetizing action. And again, if things change, like if your daily reality changes, that's part and parcel of what we're doing here. Like that's the point of this next part of your life. That's what you need to get to the next kind of stage. So how can you align your energy with this next, with the feeling of abundance right now? So how can you align your energy with this feeling of abundance even more? I know you already are aligned. We've been talking about that, but let's get a little bit more. Oh, interesting. Okay, there's a lot of stuff coming out here. Okay, we have a 5 of Pentacles and an Ace of Pentacles reversed. Interesting. So you guys definitely have been, you've been feeling the lack of money, eh? Like specifically, you've been working. You've been working so hard. Yeah. And like, what is coming of it? That's what I'm really getting. How can you align your energy with the feeling of abundance? Oh, goodness. The Hierophant in reverse. Interesting. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles reversed. This is like, fuck tradition. This is throwing tradition on its head. Doing something unconventional. How can you energetically align with your wealth? We have the Four of Swords reversed and the Star. I'm gonna stop pulling cards because the Star is this like extremely beautiful confirmation card. Okay. How can you align? Interesting. This is bringing something out of the grave. I don't know why I'm getting that. There's a lot of religious symbolism in this little part of your reading. I don't know if you come from a religious background or something, but this is about freeing yourself from the constraints placed on you by others, from tradition, from expectation, and also from a kind of like more traditional way of doing things. So I think what has been happening is that you've been wanting in to a certain circle. You've been wanting to be accepted into a kind of success that you've seen around you as being like the greatest kind of success, or like that it's just like, okay, I'm getting a lot right now. So it's like you have skills, right? You have these things that you do that you've been working on, these projects you've been working on. You've been looking ahead and you've been like, okay, because I'm doing these things, there is a sensible place for my gifts to land that then can bring me success. Or like you maybe have been also following a strategy or a model of some kind to build wealth from, and you've been angling yourself towards that community or towards that place or that environment or that context that will let you in and then will then bring you all the wealth and stability that you desire. Well, what I'm getting here, okay, is that that's not working. That's not working. You just keep working, you keep doing, and you still feel like the Five of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles reversed, which means like nothing to show for it, and you're still out in the cold, and there's no recognition, and there's no invitation. The Hierophant reversed is like, this isn't your space. You're not welcome here. And then the Four of Swords reversed is like, there's an unsettled energy, right? Like this is kind of like not being able to rest in this life, or, you know, energetically, or like in the spirit realm or something. So to energetically align with your abundance, with your wealth, the Star is your answer. The Star is personal spirituality, your own connection with the divine. It's also Aquarian, the water bearer. And the Aquarian energy is about being unusual. It's Uranus energy. It's about being distinct and different from the crowd, while also working with the crowd in a sense, right? So your dichotomy energetically that you can focus on right now to align better with your abundance, with this energy of abundance and with the abundance that is available for you, is to work with the dichotomy within Aquarius between self, individuality, and I mean real individuality. I mean what matters to you, no matter how weird it is to others, between that and the group. How can you bring your weirdness to the world in a way that makes the world a more interesting place? Your weirdness, your standout energy, that is your magic. And that's actually your guiding light. That's your energetic guiding light. Okay, so basically, you got like an interesting answer to this part of your reading, which is like to energetically align with your abundance right now. You need to, I'm getting the water pouring, right? Like we've had a lot of water metaphors in your reading so far. And I'm getting like, this is to express yourself fully. Express yourself truly, authentically. I know that's hard sometimes. I have a lot of writing and stuff on that. And that's like most of what I do and talk about is about like the journey of the creative soul and how hard it can be, especially if we have trauma and, well, we all do. But like specific conditioning around wealth and abundance, it can be really hard. So you, anyway, to energetically align with your abundance, you really do need to step into your creative authenticity. And what that means, what that literally means, is letting your creative energy that is already flowing through you naturally, right? And like needs to be expressed through your throat chakra. Your throat chakra is the chakra of expression. So you need to be able to express that both in your spiritual world, like in your own personal creative spiritual realm, and then also like to the divine, and then also on earth, like to others. So I know it's been taking me a while to lead up to this point, but it's like, be truthful about who you are and what you're doing. I don't know if you've been maybe being slightly untruthful about what it is that you're actually creating, what it is that you're really doing behind the scenes, or like what you're building and what you're all about, what you like, what is lighting you up from inside. That needs to become front and center. That cannot be hidden anymore. You don't have to go around like bombarding people with it. You don't have to announce it from the rooftops, but you need to let that completely guide you and water you. Like that is the source of your life, of your nourishment and your livelihood. I've just heard, I almost said that. So your livelihood, which is like your actual money and your well-being, it comes from that stuff that you do naturally, that you are being lit up from, and that you already know is like where you are trying to go. You're trying to get to a place where you can focus completely and be that vessel for divine energy and for source and for creativity. And you want to just be pure. You want to be like purely expressive. You don't want to have to bullshit around in like these like conventional settings and trying to like fit yourself in and trying to make things make sense and like show someone like a certain kind of product. No, you don't even want that. What you're trying to do is move into a state of pure alignment, pure expression. So what you're being told to do right now is just start doing that. Stop, like let all of the external expectations or like ways of performing, let that just fall away. Remember I said like the tower, and with this like page of wands, like change your mindset. Just stop doing it. And just be your naked, true self. You know what I mean? So what's the manifested outcome? Like what form could prosperity take when you fully embrace your magnetic power? What form is prosperity going to take when you fully embrace this magnetic power of yours? Whoa! You're feeling anxious. Oh my God. Please hold. Sorry, pile number one. I just had a bunch of cards fall. And then I was like pulling cards for you for this manifested outcome. And I heard a very, very negative voice come through that said, why even give them hope? Like they know it's not going to manifest, which sounds so like ragged to me, like so ragged that I had to banish that energy. And that ain't mine. That's not my energy. It makes me want to cry just thinking about that. I think it was, I don't know what it was, but I do think that because the Nine of Swords came out when I was initially pulling these cards, your fear is super, super strong, right? And I totally get that. But like, it might not just be yours. It could be intergenerational. It could be from us, like you might have some darker energies that try to like get in there and like lead you away from the path. You might have, you know, if you do ancestor work, especially with Dream Traveler here, you want to set boundaries with your ancestors. You want to only work with people, with the spirits that actually have your highest good at heart, that like are working to help you, not to hinder you, because not all spirits have that purity of heart and that like vision, and they also are not always at the frequency that you need them to be, right? So I would say with spirit guide work, be very careful about who you're inviting in and like what kinds of energy you're aligning yourself to. Also, you don't need to take everything that you hear, so to speak, or any sign, all the signs that you get. You don't actually have to take them to heart. Okay, you are a spiritual being. You're not like just a vessel for other spiritual beings to work through you. You are yourself a seed of God. So you have divine wisdom within you. And negative thinking like that, like just defeating thoughts, are understandable, and I have compassion. We all like need to be compassionate for ourselves and for our dark thoughts, but you do not have to listen to them. This is the same thing as like the impressionable mind. And again, there's these like little birds, Tweety birds around this guy. You might have a lot of like voices, real or not real, just like these quote unquote voices that like kind of try and talk you into things or out of things. Okay, so fuck that. It's really important that you stay aligned with your creative joy and your vision and also the kind of spirituality that makes you feel like you are a creative, pure being. Okay, I'm really getting this like purity thing. You need to get aligned with your own inner spirituality. I mean, you already are. Sorry, I'm not saying that you aren't. I'm just saying like that's the type of spiritual work that really suits you right now, is that kind that purifies your energy and also distills the mind, kind of like quiets the mind so that you can really get back to that central consciousness and work from there. So let's try this again, the manifested outcome. Interesting. See, now that I cleared that energy, so we have love coming in really fast. Very, very interesting. So the manifested outcome here is very emotional. This is about the Two of Cups and the Six of Cups. Interesting. So we have a connection. So the first kind of iteration of your abundance that's coming in next, really, is a deep and bonding connection. And it's coming in like quite hot and heavy with this Knight of Swords. But I also think that this is the form of your prosperity is like, it's like heartfelt comfort. What does it look like? Okay, specifically in real life, like in active life. Nope, way too many cards. What kind of prosperity? What form of prosperity does the manifestation take? This is so interesting. It's like, that's definitely a beautiful soulmate connection there. I need to clarify this. Wow, interesting. Four of Cups and the Knight of Swords again. Okay, interesting. So your prosperity, this is the message, okay? The form it will take is emotional contentment, emotional resonance. You feel like everything that comes to you is meant for you. You walk around your life seeing beauty and experiencing joy and experiencing connection with the world that feels like you are soulmates with the world. You also literally, I will just say this, your prosperity involves a soulmate union. It involves love. And it comes to you. It comes to you as a gift. I'm also seeing that this like emotional resonance, it's something that occurs to you over time. And it brings you that emotional foundation that you need to feel contented and happy in your world, in your life, right? This is like a meeting of souls and emotional harmony. 2, 4, 6. Like it's an even, balanced, harmonious emotional energy. And the Knight of Swords is like, this is a mental shift that's coming in really quickly for you. There's a lack of, so what is changing is this notion that you need to compete for anything, that you need to hustle and burn out to bring wealth to you, and instead only working from the energy of emotional resonance. So when something feels like a soulmate to you, when something feels like that you love it, or that it makes you feel like nostalgic or tapped into beauty or tapped into memory, something that is like working with children, or like maybe not working with children, sorry, but like that reminds you when you're doing it of like your childhood, or of a childhood innocence. This is also your inner child. Your prosperity involves your inner child feeling free to run around and like make connections with things and have its heart fully open, and then have that heart openedness reflected back to it. This is a very healing. So this is like your prosperity is coming in the form of a heart level healing. Wow, that's amazing. So I'm going to leave your reading there. Thank you very much, Pile 1, for coming to this reading, and I wish you all the best on your path, and that all the abundance comes to you, and I hope to see you here again soon. Bye. Hello and welcome, Pile number 2, to your reading. Today we're looking at how to bring in more abundance and wealth into your life. So I've already pulled your cards. I have got some messages right away that I want to talk to you about. So first off, when I pulled the oracle cards, I felt this really deep, rich, like a deepening into the earth, a groundedness, and a really open, almost heavy energy. But the thing is, it's heavy in a good way. It's like weighty, not burdensome. And it reminds me of the heavy quality of Taurus. So you guys might have some Taurus energy in your chart, but I really am getting like a Venusian Taurus energy. In any case, that archetype, the second house archetype, the Taurus archetype, this can be something that's really relevant to you right now, or relevant to you in your chart. So I'll just flag that. But I do get this beautiful depth from you. We have Grandmother Earth and the Great Mother. Both of these cards literally kind of using the words great, grand, and mother. There is a deep ancestry here that's present in your energy, in your life, and in the building of wealth for you. I think this is something that is like, whatever you're doing, however you're building wealth or bringing or calling in wealth to you, it's something that is aligned with your ancestry, or with sort of like the power of your ancestors. It might not be something that your ancestors did, or you might not be following the same path, but their energy is with you. And in some way, I think it's also healing to the mother line. Healing, like you making money and calling in abundance, is healing to the divine feminine within you. And yeah, it's very deep and soulful. So I think that this reading is going to be about, I think it's going to be like almost like a healing invocation to your abundance. Like you need to hear this so that you can feel confident moving forward on the path and doing what you need to do. Because like I'm already seeing here that you don't actually need to be changing up what you're doing. You are in fact already, it seems, already successful in something. We have the Wheel of Fortune and the Six of Wands here that suggests that you are like, it's like you've already reached success in one way or another. This might not be completely in the way of like you've made all the money that you want to make, but you definitely have, you have arrived at a point in your life that is to be honored and to be celebrated and to be recognized for. Because you, even if it's just by yourself, like you need to recognize how far you've come. You've experienced a lot of obstacles and challenges along the way, and you've experienced ups and downs, and you've still managed, I don't even know if still needs to be in there, you have managed to work that to your favor, or it's in some way it's refined you and refined your character to the point where you are just this like leader. You are this incredible, knowledgeable, successful person. And success is something that you're going to have to define for yourself, because what I'm feeling with success is it is like almost like mana. It's like spiritual success, spiritual power. Like you have unlocked a kind of confidence and a kind of certainty in the path and in what you're doing, and you're proud of yourself, you're proud of what you're doing, you're proud of what you know you can bring to the world. And that's absolutely incredible. That's like so empowering. The block that I'm feeling, which is interesting because it's related to this, is the Emperor card. So the only thing with this kind of prosperity that I'm feeling is really coming in for you and is available to you is that I think you may take on too much responsibility, or you may think that you need to take on more responsibility. You also might have a little bit of a rigid mindset around how to build, right? So I think you have big expectations for yourself, which is beautiful because that means that you have big dreams, big visions. But you don't have to do it alone, is one of the messages. You might feel like you do, and that's okay, but truly you have spiritual backup here. But you also don't need to be overly serious and overly, I guess, like domineering in the energy of trying to make this happen. So, okay, let's use the word controlling. You don't need to overly control this process. What I'm seeing here is that there is actually a need for you to open the heart, to live connected to the heart space for the most part, to live connected to your emotional, I guess like the emotional center of your being, and to allow things to balance out along the path, because this is like a process of really answering the call from your soul, and everything is as it should be right now for you. So I think by trying to overly control things and trying to take on a lot of responsibility and like build from ground zero, build, like as if it's an intentional thing that, you have to physically build things, you can actually have a little bit more of an open heart with this and allow yourself to adjust as you go along. I think it's because you know that this is a good idea. You're on the right track, that you have something to offer. You want to share it. You're also searching for fulfillment through whatever you're doing in your life right now, through all your pursuits or through your main pursuit. And you want to make sure that what you put out, you get back. You really want to make sure that the energy that you're putting out into the world is being reciprocated back to you. I think you're done with playing with fortune. You're done with, oh, let's just see how it happens. So like me saying that might be annoying to hear. It's like, I'm done with like just kind of letting things fall where they may. Like you want to have a lot more certainty and a lot more solid, grounded action that you know is going to return, financially especially. And the thing is that the judgment card is here saying that you are being called into action. So you are already answering the call. You don't have to like force anything anymore. This is basically your reality has shifted. Like you've shifted timelines already. So you already are the emperor. And in that sense, you can also be the thing that gets in your own way. If you think you need to take on too much for yourself. I am also getting that there could be bravado. There could be an ego issue where you are in some way almost demanding, which is really funny. I just mean funny, like I'm not trying to make light of it, but it's just like, it's cute. Like it doesn't have to be super serious, but I do think that there is kind of like a demanding force for things to happen when you want them to happen. But the thing is, you know, the moments will come, the timing will come. So you have to have an open mind and an open heart, and you have to allow things to balance as you move forward. And as you make actions from your heart space, not from your strategic mind. Okay, so we then have the Six of Swords and the Two of Swords here. And that is talking about what you can actually do right now, like an actionable step you can take that will draw in more wealth or draw in opportunities for wealth for you. With the Six of Swords in reverse and the Two of Swords in reverse, this is about actually not... What I'm getting is like, it's actually about sort of staying in place to some degree or revisiting things. I'm actually seeing it's like an editing process. So instead of moving on and changing pace and going on to the next thing, or like, you don't have to be leaving behind anything. This isn't about like making a big, bold move. It's about refining what you already have. So if you are blocked creatively, or if you're blocked and you can't see what you need to do next, you just need to turn inward actually and revisit what you have already created, what the things you've already laid out. If you work with communications in any way, or you've been using your words in some way to build your wealth, then this is about kind of going back over and smoothing that out, smoothing out the kinks, really clarifying your message, clarifying your vision through clear communication, through editing. The Two of Swords is suggesting to me that you have had moments of confusion or block around how to articulate yourself. Your throat chakra may have been kind of blocked at points, or you may have had like third eye blockages, which is like that inner vision where you're just like, okay, I don't really know how to move forward. Like, how do I get out of this creative block or this writer's block or this, or my ideas? How do I move my ideas from chaos into something that feels clear and confident and like easy? Because I think you're searching for that flow. You want to align to that flow. We all do. So to do that is actually to kind of look back at what you already have created and pare it back. I'm really getting like paring it back, making it less chaotic. That's very key. It's about smoothing out the water, right? Doing that yourself. And yeah, I am really getting that it's something about your copy or your way of communicating. It could be, if you don't work with like written material, this could just be around mentally smoothing out your chaotic thoughts. So it's like, that is the actual action that's going to help draw wealth towards you. I feel called to just draw one more clarification card. Just one more clarification card, please. Okay, maybe another one. 4 of Cups in reverse. A clarification card, please, for the actionable step that pile 2 can take to draw in more wealth. Oh my God. One sec. Okay, pile 2. So this is definitely about stepping out of passivity and out of a kind of immature message. So your intentions may have in the past been like a little bit exploratory, a little bit beginner, a little bit like, I'm just trying this out. I'm not really sure how I want this to go. You need to transform that. Oh, also on that note from before, like, not only has it been kind of more exploratory, it's also been more passive, more waiting for people to realize what you've got going on. You need to actually transform into the King of Swords, which is having the answers, having the key, knowing exactly what you are here to do, knowing yourself, having mental clarity, and then outwardly speaking on the mental clarity and cutting through the noise. 3 of Cups, bottom of the deck, is suggesting that there is a community around you. So basically you need to, like I said, make the message less chaotic, more concise, more smooth, more calm. Edit, revise. And in that process, your voice actually becomes way stronger and you stand out from the crowd. And it actually allows you to be a leader within a group. Okay? So that's powerful. We have over here the 2 of Wands and the 4 of Pentacles. And that is talking about the energy, the feeling of abundance that you can align with right now. So the way that you can align your energy with that feeling of abundance, well, I guess it's more like aligning yourself to the vibration of abundance. You're being suggested to actually plan and to make real foundations for your vision. So what this can look like, we're talking about energetic alignment here. Interesting, we have 3 of Cups coming out again. So one more. So something about a community. Energetic alignment. Interesting. Number 2 people, energetic alignment. Chariot reversed. Okay. 9 of Pentacles. Nice. Okay, so the energetic alignment, like the key to that, to aligning with the energy of abundance for you, is it's actually about rooting into place, rooting into community, rooting in with the right people, okay? The right community is very important to you. You have a vision and a goal, or many goals. You have a very, very grand destiny. Like, you get to grow. This is the message about the grandmother, the deep earth, the deep waters. You need to root down in order to rise high. So rooting into the right spaces with the right people, communicating online on Instagram with the right people, connecting with the right people through the internet, also really important. This is like, okay, following on YouTube, like subscribing to accounts or pages, or like following on Instagram and other places on the internet, people that inspire you and that actually reflect the vision that you want to build yourself in the world, if they're doing stuff that you want to do, follow them, right? So basically create your environment around you with, or decorate your environment in some ways with people and visions of the life that you want to live, and feel yourself immersed in that world. Feel yourself as part of that world. Reach out, comment on people's stuff, like make connections, even if it's just very like lightly, like if it's not actual one-on-one stuff, or if it's just connecting like parasocially with people. It's still important because it actually allows you to embody that world, to become part of it. And also accept invitations into those worlds if you get them. This is about embodying your vision. And the Four of Pentacles is here to like really hone in that idea of the physical realm, and of rooting down, like getting foundationally set so that when things start to happen in your life that really actually change your world into that one that you've been dreaming of, you are ready to receive it. So when your wealth comes in, you'll be ready to receive it. Yeah, that's really, really powerful. You have to believe, like you have to embody the energy of the person that you are trying to become, of that rich bitch, right? Of that person with the wealth, with the abundance. You need to actually embody it. But it's also about refining, and it's about spending time. Let's say it like this. It's about spending time with your vision. So actually spending time with like sleep subliminals, with, vision boarding, with doing like worksheets and exercises that help you to clarify the vision so that you can more easily tap into it, and you can talk about it, and you can like share your vision with people. It's also going to speed up the process. This is what the Chariot is talking about too, is like speeding up the process of your vision coming into being. That's going to happen when you do all these things, right? Like when you embody it, when you step into the world that this vision of this level of abundance needs you to be in, that's just gonna like, it's gonna create momentum. So if you do all these things and you're like really stepping into that magnetic power of yours, and you're really deepening into the embodiment of the abundance energy and the life that you really want to be living and what it looks like, you literally transform into this Nine of Pentacles, okay? The prosperity is so lit. The prosperity is so locked in for you. Like, you already are on this path, right? Like I was talking about the roots. You already have the roots, okay? So don't panic. Like I said, you already have entered into an era of success. This is your era. Like, you're not going there. You already have. The wheel has turned for you. You might just be like at the beginning of it, right? So there's still refining. There's still, your job right now is to stay embodied in the vision, to practice being in that energy so that you can draw in more abundance to you. It's like, this is just all about manifestation and continuing the practice of manifestation Sorry about the change in video and audio quality here. My camera battery died, so hopefully the rest of your video was saved. Otherwise, God knows. But what I was saying was, you're just meant to be manifesting right now and continuing the practice of manifesting. It might take a little bit of time. There might be some delays here and there with certain, or you might perceive them as delays, but it's not really a delay. It's really just every part of your journey coming up on, especially on like the level of bringing in wealth and abundance, it's meant to make you wiser. So you just have to accept that if there are delays with things, with a certain kind of success that you're really wanting to come in for you, just know that, first of all, it is inevitable, but that there is actually an internal growth thing that's meant to be happening, because you are meant to become this grandmother, right? You're meant to become this like
matriarch, lineage holder, and you can't be the wise one that you will be if you don't build all this really interesting experience that's based on like this long journey that is sometimes difficult, sometimes challenging. It's strengthening you, it's making you really interesting and really wise, and that is incredibly valuable. I think that we often, right now at least, we're like collectively getting really like distracted by these concepts of immediacy and like immediate success and immediate manifestations and things like overnight happening. And I don't really know why I think it's because we're so like inundated with AI and with fast-paced culture and stuff. So we really have forgotten that, you know, first of all, things take time to build, and that's a beautiful thing. And second of all, like, I mean, what is life but like, I was gonna say, what is life but a dream? That's so corny. Okay, let me put it this way. You deserve to value yourself at all ages. So as you are right now, however old you are right now, you best be respecting the old version of you, the old woman that you will one day become. You best be respecting the 50-year-old version of you, the 40-year-old version of you. You better be loving that future version of you so hard that, and you think she's cool, right? Like that's what we need to be doing, is we need to be like thinking about our future selves as these like dope ass elders. And in that sense, I think personally that if we do that, it helps us in the present moment to be okay with how things are. Because if we value our older self enough to know that she deserves pleasure, she deserves life, she deserves excitement and joy and fun, and that her life doesn't end by like 40 or some shit, you know what I mean? Like, then we won't be so panicked to make our wealth right this second. We'll know that when it comes is the right time, and that when it comes, the version of you that is receiving it at that time will be able to have fun with it and enjoy it, and that you're not going to be too old or something. You know what I mean? I don't know if this is something that you are thinking about, or if this is something that like you have a timeline, you want to get things done by a certain like age, like you have goals and ambitions that you really want to have like done. Like I need that in the next few years because I have a plan for this and a plan for that. First of all, know that you already have put huge waves of successful energy like into the universe, and it's rolling back to you. Like it's fucking coming. You're already successful. You're already doing it. Keep doing it. Stay in your lane. Literally with the chariot, literally like stay in your lane like a car. Focus your mind and your energy on the positive, like on the manifesting vision things. Refine your messaging, speak up for yourself, stop being passive. Retire the more immature exploratory energy that you've been building from, and actually mature into the mastery energy. Okay, like you're ready to be a master, so just own it and things will roll from there. Okay, beautiful. Thank you so much, pile number 2. Thank you for coming to your reading, and I'll see you in another one. Bye. Hello, pile number 3 people. Welcome to your reading. We're looking at abundance and wealth today. And I'm just going to say right off the bat, you guys have a love reading. Okay, so I don't really know. I mean, look, I invoked Aphrodite when I was starting this whole reading. Like she's like the patron of this reading. So of course we have love eventually come up. Relationship. And, ooh, hot damn. 3 of Swords on the bottom of the deck here. Okay, so I'm just going to straight up, yeah, and the Tower just flashed itself at me, and the Sun just flashed itself at me. So, look, I already am getting a very strong feeling that whoever's tuning into this reading is reevaluating relationships, or has left a relationship, and is moving into an era where they are trying to call in the correct one for them, the perfect pairing, so to speak. If you haven't like left a relationship, then what you're doing right now is basically you are mastering your energy to bring in and call in a soulmate, like the one, or at least relationships in general that really make you feel valid, loved, appreciated, supported, mirrored in that positive sense, and that actually make your life easier, not harder. Okay, so I'm thinking that there has been an era of your life marked by difficulty, by struggle, maybe chaos, even just like a chaotic vibe when it came to relationships. You might also, Kate, I really am also feeling this for some of you. You may have been feeling kind of like trapped in a relationship that wasn't right for you. It could be a marriage, or it could just be like a relationship, or like a world, like an environment, emotional environment where you felt like you were kind of trapped. Like, but I'm not really getting the sense that you want to be free and single per se. I'm getting the sense that you want to feel free to be yourself within relationships. You want to feel like you are, like I said, valued and rich. And you know what? This is the other thing too. I think you want to feel like you can build your life, build yourself however you want it to be, in a way that really, really feels authentic and meaningful and beautiful for you. And you want to be able to do that with a partner, or with partners, or with the relationships, with good relationships in your life. You're ready to open up to that. You're really ready to be matched in the right way, to be matched with abundance. I'm really feeling that. Whoever this is, Queen of Pentacles, you already have, you're in an energy of abundance right now. So I'm realizing that you might not be able to see all the cards because my phone camera is actually just in place of my regular camera right now that died. So hopefully it's okay that you can just kind of like hear what I'm saying and see some of the cards. But anyway, side note, I am really feeling that pile 3 people are in a place where they maybe already are financially abundant or financially stable, or maybe you're just like kind of turning your mind and your heart to different kinds of abundance right now, and it's more of a relational abundance that you're really looking for, or a spiritual one. But I do feel like the Queen of Pentacles, you've already got that figured out. Like, you already know how to take care of yourself, how to build wealth, how to refine wealth, how to enjoy your life. Like, you have a natural or a very in place, stable existence right now that you have built yourself. Okay, and you know what your worth is, actually. So in the past, there's been like, I think, enough pain. Like, that's what the 10 of Swords here is also saying, is you're just like, look, I've had enough pain. I'm ready for the sun to fucking rise on this like dark, dank era of just like not having what I know I deserve in relationships and in like other ways in my life. Like, you know that abundance is not just wealth and riches, right? Although you definitely could invest more. Like, you could always be investing more. I think you know about that. I think you know that, like, how to do passive wealth systems and things like that, or invest your wealth into like passive streams, maybe. Or just you just have enough money and you're like, I want other things. Like, I want like abundance emotionally. I want to feel like I have somewhere to share this abundance with. And it has just been like one thing after another. I feel like it's just like failed dates, or, you know, like, or just like enough relationships that ended with like, ow, and you're ready to move on. Again, it's feeling very Taurian, where you're just like, oh God, these people out here. But what the cards are telling me is look, like you are being absolutely opened up right now to the energy of abundant love and of soulmate connection and of, you know, the right reciprocal energy for you. Your main message really is to stay open, right? Staying open, saying yes, trusting life. This came through in pile number 2, is the idea of becoming more of yourself, like actually more and more wise through experiences of extremes, right? So you have experienced enough shit. It's now time to experience abundance, beauty, wealth, joy, okay? Like that's what you deserve. And that allows you to have the knowledge of what it feels like to be across the spectrum of both hardship and joy. And then that makes you able to lead and teach others in the ways of the world. And you can actually inspire real hope for other people if you know what it's like to be down and you also know what it's like to be up, right? So now it's your time to be open and to be saying yes and to see how good things can be for you. This is a new era of positivity. It's a new era of balance and reciprocity. It's also an era of really just being free in yourself, feeling really free to be yourself and really like proud of yourself. And I'm getting the sense of like wild sensuality, like allowing yourself to really tap into that sensual nature that's key to pleasure, really key to pleasure, key to presence. Yeah, I'm really thinking that. We have Aries energy here with these sheep showing up. There's a springtime energy. This is a new beginning for you. And Aries is the match to Venus, right? Like we have Aphrodite and Mars in the Greek myths as being lovers. So the lovers, you know, like this, all of this is symbolism and omens for you about like, this is the time for you to experience that. You get to have this now. This is something that's coming in for you. So a block though, that I will say is, I think, okay, so we have the Hierophant and the 10 of Cups reversed. To me, this is like a marriage or some kind of traditional ideal of relationship that has not been working for you. So if it's not like literally a marriage or a long-term conventional relationship that you have been in that you need to move on from because it's been causing chaos in your life, it may be that the notion of traditional marriage or traditional unfolding of relationships is actually something that you need to be like moving on from. I am getting a counter message, okay? So bear with me here. This could actually be literally the full opposite of what I just said, okay? So look, it's either the block is the tradition and you feel like that just makes you feel really uncomfortable and really like chaotic or something, like you don't feel like you fit in there, or you have the need for a more conventional relationship or marriage or life, okay? Like the idea is that we're moving on from something that causes us instability towards something that causes, and this is internal instability, like mental instability, towards something that causes mental calm, that calms the mind. So whether that is listening to what other people want you to do when it comes to relationships, doing things the conventional way, looking for something that feels family oriented, like someone who wants basically it's like aligning your values, right? Like you need to move towards an approach that is aligned to your personal values, not to the values of some outer structure. If there have been expectations around you culturally for how you need to do relationships or what timing you need to have certain parts of relationships fulfilled by, that's something that you are moving away from. The block The block has been doing things by the book. The block has been doing things in the traditional way, or in the way that you think other people are expecting you to do things. You might literally feel, this is actually a thing that I know exists, especially if you live kind of in like more progressive circles, you exist in more progressive circles, you could even feel kind of ashamed for your desire for a more traditional relationship, right? Like if you want monogamy and you want to have like, maybe you want to be a stay-at-home parent or something, even you want to have children, like if that's what you want, let that be what you want. And if you don't want that, if that makes you feel like, oh God, then don't worry about that, okay? The block is to allow your mind to become clear around these things and to do it your way. I'm getting Aquarian energy here, like do it your own way. If you stay true to your values, you're going to draw in the right person. So the actionable step that you can be taking right now is really cute, okay? We have the Page of Cups. Like, this is just being flirty. It's being flirty, being romantic, being spiritually connected to yourself, to your own practice. Exploring your desires. This is a big one. Explore your own desires. Explore what it is that makes you feel all excited and happy and maybe like a little bit turned on. Like your dreams per se, actually, are what will allow you to find like the right match, right? The lovers. There's also, I am getting really like this flirty, exploratory energy. The lovers, it reminds me sometimes of the myth of Paris, where he was choosing a match, and he had the three goddesses, I think, to choose from. It was like Hera, Athena, and Aphrodite or Venus. And I think he chose Venus. I don't know. I can't remember. If somebody knows, like, please tell me. And then the other goddesses got mad or whatever, or like Athena got mad. But anyway, the idea is to choose, right? You have the right to choose. And the key is for you to really like start spending time with yourself and your own wishes, your own desires, the things you like, the things you don't like, and being playful about that. The Page of Cups is a wonderful, playful energy that is very inviting, very open-hearted, very open-minded, but also is pure, right? You're allowed to be naive and pure at this point in your life so that you can really call in your match. So you can call in an energy that matches you. It's really great. Have fun with that. Definitely have fun with that. Wonderful. So the energy that's going to help you to align the best or the easiest with this abundance that's coming in for you, this gorgeous, abundant relationship that you deserve, that you're calling in, the energy that you really need to be in right now is one of heart connection and reciprocity with others. There can you can kind of have a tendency, I think, to feel a little bit like easily hurt, or like the dating experience, let's say, is one where someone wins out, someone loses out. You may have felt that in relationships. You may have felt like, you know what, relationships are kind of just like power struggles, and like someone always wins, someone always loses. The point here is there is a healing that needs to be focused on. The energy of like relationships, no matter what, are mutual encounters, mutual healings, mutual learning experiences. And when we offer someone else our love and they offer their love to us, we can have this incredible alchemical experience, right? And that's the focus of love, not how do I ensure that I am not a loser in this scenario? How do I ensure that I'm not hurt again, or that I'm like safe, or that I can like make this work or make this happen for me? This is also about, like, in the process of calling in someone who's right for you, allowing things to fall away, allowing yourself to make calls like, nope, this is not the right one. And that's really important too, because you're calling in someone who's right for you, not right for someone else, right? And that can be kind of a difficult process, one where there are losses that need to be just sort of accepted. But eventually you do put out a clear resonant signal that is answered by the right person. And there's this gorgeous home in the back of this Two of Cups card that I've never seen before. So I really think, like, there's a future ahead of you with the right person. And the point is to align with that energy, like I was saying, of reciprocity, and how exciting that can be, how empowering that can be, knowing that the right relationships, all relationships in fact, are guided by spiritual forces, that we have these, that we are always, like, accompanied by our spirit guides when we're moving into relationships as well, and that the other also has a spirit team working with them. We're all spiritual beings. And when we intertwine our bodies and our hearts and our souls in relational ways, we alchemize life. Like, we create magic and beauty through that experience. And so tapping into that romantic aspect of, like, the almost like the marriage of souls, the marriage of bodies, even if it's temporarily, that's something that can light you up and make you feel really positively inspired by this process. And it will call in someone who genuinely reciprocates that energy for you. And it won't be this, like, playing games thing. It won't be this, like, battle of wits, or this, like, how good are you, how many boxes on my list can I check off, and, like, you know, ouch, it hurts people's feelings, blah blah blah. Just stay focused on the romantic vision of it. That's the main thing, right? And what this prosperity is going to end up looking like or feeling like to you, it might feel a little bit, like, at least for a while, like you are refining the process, and also like you are still on this journey of, like, of finding that key that fits, so to speak. Let's get a little clarifier for that, though. What will this prosperity really feel and look like? Again, we have this energy of waiting, right? Of waiting, or of a long journey turning into something that, okay, let me put it this way. Instead of effort and looking and seeking and searching, you will turn the energy completely on its head, and it will be an experience that literally just comes to you. Okay, so that's the main thing here, is that your prosperity with relationships, right? This like wealth that is in the form of the right partnership for you, or right kind of, I guess, configuration of relationship, even if that means being single. Okay, like, there's a lot of people listening to these readings, and I want this to be, basically the point is, whatever your notion of abundance and wealth is in terms of relational dynamics, that's what we're looking for, right? That's what's coming in for you. And it's going to feel less like work, less like looking, less like effort, and more like sitting in your energy strongly, like being positioned in your vision and watching as it comes to you. This is going to come to you. You don't have to go searching for it. I'm getting a King of Pentacles, King of Swords reversed, Page of Rods. So yeah, what I'm seeing here is like a journey of like, it's three energies almost. It's really interesting. There's three. There could be three people that you will move you'll experience someone who is more like exploratory, passionate, young, maybe not very serious. Then you'll experience someone who is intellectual and intelligent and cool and like, oh yeah, that's really interesting, and kind of like there's something crisp about them. I don't know why I'm getting that word, but there will be something misaligned. And then you find a King of Pentacles to match your Queen of Pentacles. Then you find the one who is for you, who is absolutely set on you, like literally so devoted, so devotional, completely present, has everything you need to be a foundation for you in your life, matches you in wealth. It's really cool. So let me just say this, okay? It could either be that you have like 3 relationships ahead of you, the third one being this final beautiful thing, or you have someone who is this King of Pentacles energy coming in for you, but they also have these other traits where they're both like inspired but a little immature, and extremely intelligent but sometimes a little off kilter with their thinking and with their like approach, their mental approach, or they have, you know, maybe like a controlling mindset or something, but they are in general they're this beautiful, warm-hearted person. This is really interesting. So I'm getting a few different energies, and I'm sorry I'm not choosing one for you guys because there's so many different people who this could relate to. But the main point of what is coming in for you is, first of all, there is someone here that is a perfect match for you, right? Like this is your counterpart that is coming in, and they're like the form of abundance and wealth for you. There is a journey ahead that includes you putting down the burden of trying to figure it out, of trying to master it. It includes you putting down the burden of looking and searching and trying to find the right person. Your energy is like, when we look ahead just a little bit, when we think about when you put yourself in that really magnetic power of drawing in, of like focusing on what it is that you like, and also on the energy of like that beautiful sacred exchange that is relationship, and really exploring that for yourself, and also moving into a mindset about relationships that is more suited to you and not to like the status quo, then you just have to sit pretty, and you have to allow this person who has all these like interesting traits to come through to you, right? If I turn the King of Swords upright as well, then we have this really beautiful trio of energies, almost like someone's astrology here, where there's like an earth sign, an air sign, and a fire sign. So it's like these energies are prominent and balanced in them. They have earth, they have grounded energy that's leading the way. That's their most like dominant energy. Even if they aren't an earth sign, they come with this maturity and with this devotion to you. And they also have a strong mind, a very strong intellect. And they also have an inspired creative drive. They have something playful about them. They have something that likes games, that likes exploring and adventuring. This is a very balanced person. They may not have the most deeply watery energy, but that might be something that you like. Like, you don't want to be with someone who is extremely wishy-washy, or someone who's like really caught up in their emotions, because maybe you've been with people like that and it's actually not well matched for you. You need someone who has these other traits, and that's going to be solid. That's going to be your rock. That's so fucking great. I love that. It's going to be perfect for you, and I'm so happy that this came through in this reading, because look, I'm a sucker for romance. So thank you, pile 3. I hope this reading offered you something positive, something confirming, anything that along the way makes your path easier. And yeah, thank you so much for coming to your reading, and I'll see you in another one soon. Bye.